For the first time in my life, I realized that earning in naira and paying in dollars is not easy, my dear. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, you're welcome. I am Fita Musa, a content creator based here in Nigeria, and I basically create content related to branding, marketing, entrepreneurship, and career development. Now that you're here, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss out on my weekly videos. So today I'm going to be reviewing my first quarter and planning my second quarter with you guys. I already outlined a few questions I'm going to be answering, so without saying too much, let's just get started. Firstly, I want to apologize for the background noise. I have my parents at home and I can't tell them to stop talking. Also, there is some sort of noise from outside. Basically, I have neighbors, fixing their cars and children playing. So whatever noise you are hearing, please ignore. It's one of the things I have to face as a Nigerian content creator, still living under my parents' house, under my parents' roof rather. So let's just get started. Thanks. So the first question here says, what am I grateful for in Q1? The first thing I am grateful for is my job. I started working as a content marketing associate for a new brand this year, and so far so good. It's been a wonderful role. I love the work-life balance that comes with the job. So yeah, I'm grateful for that. The second one I am grateful for is my personal brand. I finally was able to launch my website, I think, yeah, in January, and I also launched my first ebook, and so far so good. God has been great. It's been going well. I'm basically learning new skills that I could monetize, and yeah, I'm grateful for that. The third one rather, I am grateful for is my gospel community I just launched called Jesu Ibiaboba, which is also known as Jesus Has Safe Haven, and is just basically aimed at helping people find a safe space in Jesus. And I'm grateful because it's been something I've wanted to do since last year, but I've been procrastinating up to this year. So I'm grateful that I finally got to launch it in the first quarter. Last but not the least, which is the happiest thing that happened to me this first quarter, was that I was able to win a soul for Christ. I mean, as little as I could seem, it's something that made me so happy. I won a little girl earlier in this year, and I was so happy when she just told me that she wanted to give her life to Jesus Christ, and I basically led her to Christ. And it's something I actually want to do more, especially with my gospel platform. I really want to, yes, win more souls, because the joy I felt that from that little girl just giving her life to Christ, it just made me imagine how much more God would be happy if I could win more souls. So yeah, those are basically like the four major things I am grateful for in the first quarter. The second question here says, what are my setbacks in Q1? The first one for me is my finances. I mean, in relation to my savings goals for this year, I will give myself a 20 for my first quarter because money was just passing through my account, guys. I barely could meet up with my savings goals. And when I sat down to do an account of what I actually spent my money on, I realized that aside from some things I'm currently working on, subscription was a major part of what hits my money in the first quarter. And that's because, as at last year, we could still use our Naira cards to pay for subscriptions, online transactions rather. So early this year, Nigerian Bank came up with a policy that you could not use your Naira card anymore to pay for international transactions, and that includes, phone bills. So basically, I had to get a virtual USD card to pay for my subscriptions. And the first time I actually sent 10K to my virtual card, thinking that, it's the same way you get. The next thing I just started saying is, this sufficient funds? Insufficient funds, bawo.
God have mercy upon us.
I checked the account again and I realized that my money had reduced to about 1 point something dollars. I was wondering what happened, like where did this money go to? And they had only just paid for like 2 of my subscriptions, and those were like my design apps. So I even made a complaint to the app because I used cheaper rather, and I also use Payday, but I realized that cheaper is much more easier to use paying for my Apple bill, my phone bills rather. So I like sent them an email only for them to tell me that, oh, exchange rates. And then I decided to like go and check like black market exchange rate. For the first time in my life, I realized that earning in naira and paying in dollars is not easy, my dear. Yeah, and so it just like, I had to just increase, like I have to increase my pay for subscription bills. Right now I'm like paying close to 15, if not more, 15k on subscription bills every month, and that's a lot, and that's even minus some other subscriptions I have to pay for that I just added to my subscription bills. So yeah, that was like a major aspect of things that like eat up my heads up my finances for the first quarter. And the second setback for me is my LinkedIn branding. I actually did do well on LinkedIn this first quarter. I was like my goals for the year was to like post twice weekly on LinkedIn. I just want to like do well on that aspect, to like get more attention, career wise and all of that. But I wasn't able to do that in the first quarter, and I'm hoping that I can do that in the second quarter. So yeah, those are my setbacks for the first quarter, guys. The third question here says, what are the lessons learned in Q1? The first thing I learned in Q1 was something I recently read on my friend's page. If you're on Instagram, you should follow Fade. She shares amazing life tips that everyone needs to know. This is not sponsored, neither did she tell me to do so, but yeah, I really enjoy her content, so check it out and you might also like it. So actually what she said was budgeting for stuffs that you don't have the money for yet, and I totally agree with it, because in January I had booked for something that I wanted to get, but it's not a priority. I'd even reached out, I booked for it, that means yeah, I reached out to the vendor and I've told the vendor that I was gonna pay at so time. Actually the time came, and then by the time I had like paid out for the things that were priority to me, I didn't have enough money to like pay for what I wanted to get. So I had to reach out and say, oh, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to get this right now, probably sometime later. And even up to now I've not been able to get it, guys. So yeah, it's something that I've really learned in Q1, not to budget for stuffs that you haven't gotten money for yet. Second lesson I've learned is actually placing my plans in God's hands. Unlike other years when I'll create vision boards, this year I intentionally took my vision boards to God every time I created like new vision board. I've created my vision board like 3 times. That's crazy, I know, but yeah, each time I created a vision board, I literally took it to God and prayed about it intentionally. So yeah, and I've realized that yeah, most of the things that I had planned to do this year, God had helped me achieve it. Normally, like what I do on my vision board is to like divide my goals into like 3 parts, like for 3 quarters get. So I not only finished like my goals, I not only achieved my goals for the first quarter I had planned for, I had literally like done almost half of the goals I wanted to do in my second quarter, and which I am really grateful for. So yeah, praying about things and plans is something that I have learned in this first quarter, and it's something that I definitely want to do more of throughout the year and many more years to come. Finally, we are moving on to Q2, and the first question here says, what are my plans for Q2? Firstly, I want to like win more souls for Christ, as I said earlier, and I hope to do that with my gospel community. I'm currently working on strategies I could use to grow the platform. And secondly, my LinkedIn, definitely I want to do more on LinkedIn. Funny how LinkedIn has been good to me lately. I've been getting more connects and followers, but aside that, I actually want to create valuable content for brands and people generally on LinkedIn. And also that brings me to my third plan, which is creating content consistently. I tried in Q1 though, but yeah, I wasn't really that consistent. So sometimes I might create content for like 2 weeks and then go off for 1 week. But yeah, I want to try and do better this this quarter two, because I'm hoping to get monetized before the end of the year, God helping me. And I'm also hoping to like increase my followers on all my social media platforms to at least a total of 3,000. And right now with quarter one, it's looking like I'm not actually going anywhere, but what God cannot do does not exist. Also, I am working on getting more certifications this quarter too, which I have currently started working on. I literally started a new course in digital marketing, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's been exposing me to a lot of things I actually didn't know about the industry. Yeah, for now I think like those are like my major plans for Q2. So the last but not the least question here says, what are my themes for Q2? I'll say my themes for Q2 will be baby steps and letting God lead. As much as there's a lot of work for me to do behind the scenes in achieving my goals, I'm just going to take it one step at a time. I'm not going to rush myself. I don't care if it doesn't seem as if it's coming true. I'm gonna relax and just achieve what I can achieve. If I cannot achieve all my goals for Q2, we continue, because the truth of the matter is life is just life, regardless of what time it is. Whether Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, 2022, 2023, life is life. I mean, it's we humans that gave it title. So I'm just gonna like live my life and take things step at a time. I'm not going to beat myself if I don't achieve any goal. And yeah, I'm just gonna let God lead. Regardless of what goals I have of my vision board, one thing I'm sure of is, if God doesn't want anything to work out for my good, I mean, let me rephrase that statement. I mean, if God actually doesn't want something in my vision board to work out at the moment because He's working things out for my good, yes, I mean, I'm not gonna beat myself up. When it's the right time for me to have it done, I would have it done. So yes, those are my two themes for this quarter: baby steps and letting God lead. And it doesn't just only apply to this quarter alone; it applies to my life in general. I'm just gonna like let God lead and just take my time in achieving stuff that I plan to achieve. And finally, we've come to the end of reviewing my Q1 and planning my Q2 with you guys. I would say it was fun actually doing this, even though I mean, this video has literally stressed me because of the amount of background noise here and there, and my parents literally calling me from one moment to the other. But I'm literally happy that I get to do this video with you guys. And yeah, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till my next video, do have a lovely time. Bye guys.